What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
How you doing?
Good. Don't look over here. I have like a craft cart. I tried to like slide it out of vision,
Sight,
out of mind,
out of sight, out of mind,
out of my mind. And you can still see a little bit of it. But
looks cute to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish you could see what's off screen right now. It's just piles of dirty clothes. Fucking weird appliances unplugged. You don't even know.
My
like
God.
this whole section it's just looks so pristine, but it's
Yes.
just the background.
It always looks so pristine. And yeah, it's like I love that. And then you can't see what's off
I
camera.
just literally whoosh, whoosh.
I have literal piles on the floor around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just step over them.
My desk is like all around me. There's crumpled pieces of paper. There's edibles. There's
just loose.
yeah. Nails.
Oh my God. Your kids don't
water.
just eat random gummies off
Oh
your desk?
No, I'll
Oh,
eat
it's
this
for
at
later.
some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, your kids aren't home. You're free
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm free. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
You'll
like,
nibble on it through this
random
recording?
packages. Like there's all like wires.
Oh my God.
Like all kinds of shit. What am I doing?
Oh, you need some cord management.
What's that? No, I know what it is.
Yeah. I had to cord manage my life because I couldn't be in this apartment otherwise.
Random money from when I won big in Vegas, baby.
Oh, are you going to bring it next week and gamble it again?
Absolutely, I am.
No, you should spend it first and bring new money.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I got enough to do both. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You won big.
Me and DJ went for 24 hours. We hung out with our friend from DC, Tim. And Tim is just like the best person to go to Vegas with.
Oh my God.
Like we had the best time. Oh, well, aside from you, obviously.
Gross. Oh my God.
Well,
I can't
he's
even
like
believe I had to say
he's
it.
like your male counterpart.
Yeah. Fair.
I had to like warm up to. I had to go to Vegas to like get ready
to prime yourself for going
our
with
trip.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're just gonna be. Oh my God. I just like. Because we have all the same favorite Vegas activities, like get a little buzz, go shopping, go have a very nice meal, see some live music, maybe dance and embarrass yourself a little bit. Yeah, gamble, like pretty chill, walk around.
What do you want to know?
Go VIP to Chris Angel.
Mind freak.
He's there. I kind of want to see him.
I don't.
Okay, we won't.
There's so many random magicians there now. I don't even know who half of them are.
It's like Las Vegas. They call it Sin City. It should be a Magician City because it's like everyone's
Sin City. Sorry.
Magician City. Oh my God.
I'm telling you. I was like, who is this fucking Jonathan Broski or whatever the fuck? It's just some dumbass generic name.
The amazing Jonathan, R.I.P.
Oh, he's dead now?
I think so. I think he died maybe during the pandemic.
Oh God.
I don't know. But yeah, there's like Penn and Teller, Chris Angel, David Blaine. The big ones are there.
Yeah, David Copperfield, I think, is still doing it.
Oh yeah, David. There's two Davids.
He was doing some fucking dinosaur UFO shit. I don't know. It's like, sir, these are made up things.
Oh my God.
Please do not.
I don't want to see anyone fake injure themselves, but I would go see weird stuff like that, like make an alien appear or whatever. Like that's fun.
Sure.
I don't like the ones where they're like, and now I'm going to put this through my eye or whatever. And I'm like, no, like, I don't want to even watch an illusion of that.
Or I'm going to put myself in this underwater frozen lake for 5 hours. And it's like, I'm not trying to watch somebody.
I know. Perish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want. Yeah,
No,
I
thank
don't want
you.
to see that.
Dude, I watched a high-speed chase today.
No, why?
Well, me and my mom were just like trying to like, okay, first of all, our hometown is under literal feet of snow right now.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
dad is trapped in our house.
Yeah.
My mom has been living with me for like the past like week.
She escaped right before
She
the
escaped
storm.
right before the huge storm we had in the mountains and in our hometown.
Your dad was like, it's going
my
to be
brother.
fine.
Yeah, my brother left too. He's like, no, I'm out of here. My mom's
Yeah.
like, this is going to be fucked. My dad's like, it's just snow. And my mom's like, no, it's going to be bad. And my dad's like, it's cool. I'll stay here and watch the house. And she's like, all right, make sure you have enough food. Make sure you have gas for the generator.
Yeah.
Make sure you have enough firewood. He's like, calm down. Sure enough, it snowed like 7 feet in like a few days. And it's bad. It's real bad. People are in deep shit up there. Like roofs are collapsing.
Yep. At the grocery store.
All the grocery stores are, I guess Jensen's now is like red tagged. Like that's shit's like fucked. Yeah. So anyway, it's really bad. I'm very worried for all the like elderly people and like,
yeah.
you know, people who are not able to dig themselves out.
Right.
People who are visiting for the weekend and don't have enough food or supplies to like get them through this crisis.
Who were visiting for the weekend and have now been there for over a week trapped.
You know, with little kids and shit stuck in houses. So it's a crisis. The National Guard is there now. And you know, my mom and my brother have been stuck at my house for the past like week or so.
Yeah.
And it's been very nerve-wracking. It's been very crazy. My dad's been sending videos of him just like digging out from feet of snow, and it's
my God.
It's just wild. So I don't know. What was I talking about? I have no idea. Just, man.
I don't know. It's magic.
Don't put yourself in precarious situations.
Oh,
if you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, like there's real problems happening. So
yeah, it's wild. I can't even, I don't know. It's just so weird. We'd never experienced anything like that living up there. You know,
we had a few big snowstorms,
like 4 feet, but
yeah,
you like this.
You get it over the course of like weeks, you know, like back-to-back storms or whatever.
Yeah.
This was so much snow all at once.
Yeah,
and
too much snow.
There's nothing, no town is equipped for that. And especially, I mean, maybe Mammoth, maybe places that get like feet of snow on the regular.
Yeah.
But our
Vale.
Our little town is unincorporated and doesn't have the like funding to keep heavy equipment on and people on staff to like clear the roads that quickly. So
also the roads, like it's a mountain town, and so a lot of the roads are barely even 2 car lengths wide as is, like without a bunch of snow, and they're like hilly and turny and like it's
super steep.
Yeah, you know, like when I was at school in Syracuse, we had a pretty huge storm, like 4 or 5 feet, insane, dumped overnight or something. It was insane. And they actually closed school down, and they hadn't done it for like 20 or 30 years because it was so bad. And yet, like the next day, the roads were clear and I could go to work. Like it was, because it's flat and it's a city and they had the infrastructure, you know. Because it's like it snows like that all the I mean, not like that particularly, but you know, it snows a lot all the time. So
yeah, and they have equipment up there, up in our little rural hometown of Lake Arrowhead. They don't have that kind of manpower and that kind of machinery to clear that amount of snow. So
yeah,
it's very dire up there right now. So if you I don't know if you've seen it on the news, it's like been on the national news. It's pretty scary to
it's scary. Yeah,
have like I don't know.
People are trapped in their homes.
Yeah, people are trapped in their homes. So brutal. Anyway, that's what's happening here. Very stressful. But We're going to Vegas next weekend still.
Yeah.
We're going to plunder those fucking craps tables. We're going to take them for everything they have.
Good segue. Also, just to be clear, we're not going to be stealing from any casinos.
No.
I just want to be clear.
No. For legal purposes, we are not stealing.
We are not stealing, but we're going to
not doing an Ocean's 11 situation. No.
But we're going to plunder in a fun, gambling way.
Fair.
I do also, we should note, this isn't our 6th anniversary, but we had planned for this to be our 6th anniversary and then figured out very quickly that last week should have been our 6th anniversary timing wise. But you know what? It doesn't matter.
We just, we're celebrating now. Who cares?
We're celebrating now. We picked tonight's topic on purpose for the 6th anniversary. We've been doing this for 6 years. Thank you to everyone who sent us little messages and comments and congratulating us and stuff. We love you so much. Wish we could invite you all to the little party we're having tomorrow. We're having a little shindig with our friends and family, and we're super excited. We even let the patrons know, but no one really is in this area, which is interesting. Everybody's all over. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be very fun. And so at some point we'll get out and meet everyone. And
when we go to Casa Bonita. Who's
when we go to Casa Bonita, Casa Bonita 2023, right?
Yeah. You can do it. Why not?
I feel like in the summer, probably. Yeah, we've already talked about it. So I feel like DJ and Peter in. We'll bring your kids. Maybe your parents will come. They could babysit.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Okay. But back to the topic, because you did that beautiful segue. Okay. I wrote this. Let's see if it's funny. Okay, because you said plunder. Okay. Erin threw down some pirate.
Arr.
Erin threw down some pirate references, and that is very relevant because we are going to be talking about, we're going to give the spotlight to the overlooked pirates throughout history.
Namely, the ones that are ladies.
Yes, the bad bitch pirates. We're baddies only. Oh, Blackbeard, how about Baddie Beard? Okay, that's right. She fucking rocks. I don't know.
What beard?
What beard? I don't know her. Okay.
Who's to say? Okay.
Yeah. Blackbeard, don't know her. But I do know Mary Reed and Xing Yi Sao.
Yeah, Xing Yi Sao.
Xing Yi Sao, who were bigger and badder pirates than Blackbeard could ever dream to be. And if you want proof, let me just tell you this. During the height of Blackbeard's terrorism, ? Yeah, it's pirates or terrorists. He had a fleet of maybe 5 pirate ships. Xing Yi Sao, she had fucking 400 ships, okay? At least. People have even claimed up to 1,400, but at least 400. And he had 5. Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had several hundred.
Yeah, she has several
in comparison.
Hundred. And my question is why are we not talking about these women? And I think what?
I'm just going to say it again. I've said it so many fucking times.
Say it.
I don't want another fucking Batman. Get the fuck out of here with all these goddamn Batman movies.
They're not even good anymore. And while we're at it, while we're shitting on DC, I want to shit on Marvel for a second because also not good. You keep coming out with these movies, they're fucking subpar. And just because they make millions of dollars doesn't mean it's worth seeing. Okay?
I mean, give me a fucking break. There are so many original stories out there, namely lady pirates. Who were
motherfucking pirates.
Badder than any of these motherfuckers that we have ever heard of. Give me those stories. I want that. Give me that. Hollywood. Listen.
Also, okay.
Lady
yo
pirates.
Ho ho. You call it yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. The hoes are the women, but in a fun, positive, owning it kind of way.
Yeah.
But it's already built in. Yeah, yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me, and it's a pirate's life for she. Okay,
a pirate's life for she.
Yeah, Shi Yang, who is a pirate. Okay, anyway, let's talk about these because I feel like we don't know anything about these lady pirates because the patriarchy never wanted us to know that women could do and be anything they fucking want. And also they're maybe don't call attention to these lady pirates because they were way more successful than the men pirates. So fuck that. We're going to give the women the spotlight today because it's our 6th anniversary party and we could talk about lady pirates if we want to.
That's what we want to do, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Okay. So Shi Yang, we already said she had so many more ships, pirate fleets, whatever, than Blackbeard. She married into piracy initially. That's like how she got her start. And she became better known as Zheng Yisao. And that translates to wife of Xing Yi.
Don't love that.
Don't love that. So I want to call her Shi Yang because that's her given name, her birth name. And we're going to keep that because, yeah, her other name's trash. Okay. 6 years into her marriage in 1907, her husband figuratively walked the plank, but I also want to say also maybe literally.
Who's to say?
Because he bit the big one. And yeah, who's to say? Well, we could actually say because I think he was actually knocked overboard by a gust of wind.
Oh, no. That sucks.
I'm like, dude, like, you were never going to be the pirate king that this woman was going to be.
He's a whole ass pirate and he's like,
he's like, you guys see it's so windy out here.
Not the wind. I'm on a boat.
And it's like, splash.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, bye.
Yeah.
She said,
my God.
Bye-bye.
She said, bye. Look, maybe someone threw him over. We don't know. But
we don't know.
It literally says on Wikipedia, a gale force wind. Okay. But he left his whole fleet to Shi. Like, that's
to his wife,
like what? Yeah. Like, and they were pirates, so they could do that sort of thing. No one could leave women anything anywhere else on this fucking planet unless you were a pirate, because you were already like bucking rules,
all the norms. Yeah. It was like you're already breaking the law. You're already the law of the sea is whatever you want it to be. Okay.
And they were like, we want to be progressive, so we're gonna let the women inherit shit. And
it was just like it was practical. Okay.
Yeah, it was practical. Yeah.
They're like, why would we limit our numbers by eliminating literally half the population of the world? Like, let women come on. We
need
want
crew.
We need crew. We like titties. Like, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
I'm actually surprised. Like, I'm sure this happened a lot, but I'm surprised there wasn't like a mutiny. Like, the crew liked her. Like, they listened to her. They're like, oh, she's in charge now. Okay. And I feel like at any other point in time, like, we talked about women inventing and brewing beer, and the men were like, no.
Wait, you're making money from this? Fuck off. Yeah. No.
This is not for you anymore.
You're starting to like amass some sort of control.
Yeah.
And money.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. But maybe because pirates are scary, like they were just like, just let her be in charge. Because she has a lot of power. Okay. So immediately she took over her husband's fleet. Oh, when I said he got, when I said her husband was knocked over the boat by wind, I said, but please, history, tell me again about the scary man pirates. I roll in all caps. So dumb.
Honestly.
It's so funny. I love it, though. It just like is perfect for this story.
What a factoid.
I know. It's a very fun, as they say, fun fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately she took over her husband's fleet. So it was the Red Fleet, which at the time was the largest fleet of the Confederacy of Fleets in China. So, and there was 6, and they all had 6 or 7, and they all were like a different color, quote unquote.
Gotcha.
And the Red Fleet was the largest. And so, okay, this is also a very fun little tangent. At the same time that the husband died, it just so happened that her stepson, who was adopted by her husband, before they got married, his name was also Zhang Yi. Oh no, his name was Zhang Bao. he was in charge of the Black Fleet, and that was the second biggest fleet in the Confederacy. So her husband dies, biggest fleet in the Confederacy. She rises to power, and at the same time, her stepson is rising to power of the second largest.
Gotcha.
Suddenly, her family controls the two
a
largest.
dynasty on the sea, basically. Yes.
Yes. So this primed them both, obviously, for a very quick ascension to power, but it would also prime them for what would become a sexual relationship and then a marriage. Because they were horny for power, I guess, and then horny for each other.
Oh, her stepson.
Yeah, her stepson, who she wasn't obviously related to.
Yeah.
And he was like a full adult at this point, like 20.
And she was probably younger than her husband.
And she was definitely way younger than her husband by like at least 20 years.
Okay.
And it is speculated that she and Zhang Bao were fucking on each other before she's husband fell overboard, but who's to say? So just know that like maybe they were already doing the nasty.
I want a movie about this, or
I know,
or like a series. Like, come on,
yeah, like a
Game of Thrones
Highlander series,
yeah,
like a very
yeah,
sexy, like
yes,
me too. That would be so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 5 years, and this is during the Qing Dynasty, Shi Yang terrorized the Chinese government. She was just pillaging and looting the coastline, racking up a ton of booty.
Yes,
she was
bitch.
she was like, you know what? This is fun for me. I'm very powerful. She's like, also like this this confederacy of pirates. You know, they're all working together. Mm-hmm. And since she was running the biggest one and her stepson turned lover is running the second biggest one, they have a lot of power and they're making everyone do what they want. She's getting so like, fucking filthy rich.
They're climbing that aggro crag. She's the red team. He's the black team.
Yeah,
and they're just like,
they're like, we got this.
Do you have it? Guts, you know, out on the sea. I don't know.
Yeah. We're a third of Mark Summers' worst nightmare. He wasn't even, I don't think he was on that show, but he was on Nickelodeon at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And they're
Double
just
Dare,
like,
baby.
Double Dare. Yeah. So, okay. Also, so not only is she like getting so rich and she's already powerful, but she was like also ruthless and a feminist because she immediately, as she took control, made it punishable by a beheading to rape any female prisoners. She's like, we're not having this. And you will have, I'm not even going to cut your dick off. It's going to be your motherfucking head, bitch.
Bitch.
She's like,
yes.
When you're thinking with your dick, I'm taking your brain.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she did. And she also, you would get a lesser punishment for being a deserter because she only chopped their ears off. But still, that feels like
pretty brutal.
Pretty brutal, yeah. So then Shi Yang became public enemy number 1 to the Chinese government. And in 1810, they were like, we got to do something about this woman because she is too much.
Overpowering our forces.
She's the baddest bad we've ever seen. And they brought in the British and Portuguese navies as backup. And
oh shit,
there was basically like a bounty of sorts on her. Like it was everybody was
she's
like
the Mandalorian and everybody's like coming for her. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so here's where she becomes a real hero for me though, and it's so fun.
Oh my god, this is the best.
It's the best. So instead of just fighting naval forces at sea or like maybe unaliving herself like I think most dude pirates would probably do, she agreed to surrender her fleet. She's like, I'm not even gonna fucking waste my time. Okay, you have like full ass navies out here, like Chinese, Portuguese, British navies out here looking for me. It's only a matter of time before even maybe like the piracy fleet turns on me for like, you know, to look the other way on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
No. Fine. I'll turn in my fleet. However, it was on the condition that she be able to keep all of her buried, but mostly stolen, treasure.
Yes, bitch.
And the Chinese government was like, okay.
They're like, we don't know how much treasure you have buried, but fine. They couldn't know. How could they know?
No, they didn't know how much money she had amassed.
So much.
She's a fucking pirate. She's not paying taxes.
Hail to the gnaw, bitch.
She's like,
she's like, bye-bye. I'm going to retire now. And they're like, all right, cool.
She's like, goes down into her captain's quarters, puts on her rattiest looking little garment, comes back up. She's like, just let me keep the money I've made.
Please, I have like $5. Oh, I buried a couple dimes to help me survive later. And bitch, she's a billionaire.
She's a billionaire, yeah. And so fucking, okay, this fucking woman, Shi Yang, basically the most successful pirate of all time, retired, where she...
And they let her. They let her. Yes, sure. Oh, please, go right ahead, ma'am.
And you know what she did? She became an entrepreneur. And she opened a gambling house and kept making money till she fucking died. She just lived out her life, drinking fucking martinis, taking people's money as the house in this gambling house. And that was it. She lived till 69 years old, which I feel like is amazing for a pirate.
Yeah.
69 years old.
Of all the pirates in this world, she came out on top for sure.
Oh, for sure.
You don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You want to well, I mean, it depends. I got a story for you that might say otherwise.
Okay.
But
okay. I feel like that's very of the dude pirates.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just went out on top for sure. Like she figured out how to just all of the above it. You know, keep all the money.
I love it.
Not go to jail. And drink martinis by the pool.
What a fucking queen. I stand.
1,000%.
Oh my God.
I love her.
I love her so much.
Okay, should I do the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Tuta.
Okay.
All right. I'm doing this bitch
Okay.
a queen. A literal queen.
Oh, excuse me.
I got to take us back to antiquity because that's what I like to do. I like to talk about really old shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we especially have to talk about this bad bitch who ruled over Illyria, a.k.a. present-day Albania.
Oh.
Tuta was her name. And when her husband, King Agron, died after drinking too much in celebration after a military victory, like his lungs literally exploded. Like it was real gnarly. She inherited the throne and became queen regent. She had a stepson by her husband who was like 2 years old. So she became the queen.
How do your lungs explode after drinking too much? You drowned. He drowned.
Yeah, he. It's like called piracy or something like that.
Oh my God.
It's like it's
brutal.
It was it's really not great. So Tuta becomes the queen regent after her husband dies, and she just like picked up after where he left off. And her husband was a fucking brutal ruler. He was like out here conquering lands and pillaging and just snatching up all the things. So she's like, I'm gonna keep doing all the plundering and conquering and destruction, whatnot. Love that. I'm gonna keep it going. And she sent armies to Peloponnese, sacking and ravaging lands that Sparta, like we're talking, this is like back in
Spartan days.
Like,
whoa.
Yeah. Like this is like, we're talking, I don't know exactly the years that she ruled, but this was like back in those days where Sparta was like.
Is that like Viking times then or later? It's similar. It's like an offshoot, right?
It's like we're talking like 300, like this is Sparta.
But they had like those big warships, like
yeah. And she inherited all the ships that her husband had.
Dang.
That were out here doing all the pirate shit.
Oh my God.
So Sparta is like supposed to be defending all these lands, and her armies are capturing them, and they eventually captured Phoenice, which was the wealthiest city in the northern Greek region of Epirus, and held it for ransom and then gave it back to its population in exchange for money, slaves, treasure, and the undying loyalty of its citizenry.
Oh my God. Phonice is a very fun name.
Phonice. I love it. I love it.
It's also like, and I'm Phonice. Like,
yeah, from
the like long forehead lady.
Yeah,
Kristen Wiig. Yeah.
So then she's like getting all this money. It's like she's doing the pirate thing. When she wasn't looting and plundering and pirating and making enemies across the land, she was just like, all right, I want to like keep this going. I have this whole fleet out there, but also any Albanian dude, like anyone who's out there in my lands who wants to like get out there and has a boat and a weapon, anybody who wants to get out there and like plunder for yourself, if you feel like marauding, that's fine with me. I'm not going to punish you.
Oh.
Just make sure you bring back some of that money for me.
So she put a tax on plundering.
She said, I won't pay it any mind, but you better pay me.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
So you go ahead and like break the law or whatever, and I don't care. Take that money, but also give me some of it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's also an entrepreneur.
Yeah. An innovator. An entrepreneur. Also, she's creating opportunities for her people to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh my God. Women are so smart.
I know. God. Women in STEM. Sacking, trading, eating, marauding. I don't know. I don't know.
What was it?
Sacking,
trading, evading,
marauding.
I love it.
This went on for a few years. Super lucrative, obviously, as you can imagine. But then Rome, like the Roman Empire, was like coming to power, and they were like, "Hey, knock that shit off, or else." And she was like, "No." So they sent a couple of these brothers, like their emissaries, to demand that she not only order a ceasefire on all her like little pirate people.
Yeah, the freelancers,
the whole the
freelance pirates,
the whole pirate operation that she had supporting her entire like land.
It's a gig economy.
It's a gig economy, exactly. Yeah. They were like, stop all the downloading. Yeah, stop all the piracy.
It's a jib economy because there's jibs on boats.
They were like, bitch, stop all this mayhem, and also pay us for reparations for all the ships and goods and shit that you keep stealing from us. And she was like, LOL. Fuck off, you weird fucking Roman nerds. To their face in her fucking throne room. Like they're in there, and she's like, no, fuck off.
Oh my God. Just laugh in their faces. And
she literally
did. Yeah.
She literally did.
It. Only women could do that.
Oh my God. And she fucking laughed in their face, and they got so mad. They started yelling at her, and they were like, where are your lady queen manners? And they go full on like mansplaining to her how to be like a soft-spoken, gentle lady queen. Yeah, like to her face in her throne room.
No.
And like,
did she cut a bitch?
Oh, she cut a bitch. They're like, who do you think you are, being this like nasty bitch telling us to fuck off? And she's like, oh, I'll tell you. And she just like snaps her fingers, and one of her like huge fucking pirate dudes goes up to one of the brothers, slits his throat, and then throws the other in jail.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's like full on Game of Thrones.
It is. Yeah, she's vibes. Giving Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah. Now this story is pretty fucking sick. I love it. But it also might be made up by the Romans as like propaganda because the Roman Empire, first of all, extremely fucking like just garbage to women. Like
Yeah.
very,
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very like
Yeah.
very, very patriarchal.
Yeah.
So having like a queen regent who's like ruthless and being a bad bitch and just like has her own agency, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Also propaganda and just a reason and a full-on excuse to start a war with her.
Oh, yeah.
So this story could all be made up just as like a, you know.
Oh, not the story of her, but like this exact thing that happened.
Yeah, of
like
the brothers talking shit and her just killing them just to justify them to in turn be like, we're going to just like
putting like a price on her head or whatever. Like,
as a provocation for them to send a huge fucking massive army.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To her and take over her land.
Yeah.
So of course she, like, Rome goes after her after this alleged event. But she rallies her Illyrian defenses. But she's immediately betrayed by her top general, this fucking nerd named Demetrius. And he like totally rats her out to the Romans. But she, despite this fucking guy being a piece of shit, she still keeps fighting back. She herself commands a fighting withdrawal in the face of enemy pressure, but ultimately is forced to surrender to Rome in 227 BC. So this is this is
oh my God.
pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But before she did, however, according to legend, she took a bunch of treasure that she'd accumulated from all her pirates and her armies and buried it in a cave on an island somewhere.
Ooh.
That's unconfirmed, but that's the legend. Then the Romans allowed Tuta to rule a small domain after she surrendered, but they made that Demetrius, that fucking traitor, the regent for King Agron's young son. So they like took her off the throne and put nerd ass Demetrius on the throne.
Oh no.
But of course later on Rome eventually ended up taking out Demetrius, totally double crossed him, but and took over the land anyway. And they also decided that they didn't want Queen Tuta around anymore, so they also sent dudes to take her out as well, some assassins, or just like an army, whatever.
Right.
She wasn't going down like that. She wasn't going to go down without a fight. So when she heard that a bunch of fuckers were coming for her, she left her palace, climbed to the top of a nearby mountain, placed a curse on the city of Ricin so that they'd never be able to build a good ship again. And then she threw herself off the goddamn mountain to her death.
Oh,
like, she cursed them. She cursed them.
Yeah. Well,
she,
you
like,
have to.
She knew she couldn't get out of it. And she just said,
fuck you.
Fuck you. I fucking hope all your shit sucks ass.
Yeah.
And you die.
Micro peens for all of you. And then she's like, you'll never find my fucking treasure, bitch. And she jumped off.
That's right.
Oh my God.
And fucking queen bitch behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's still influencing Albanian culture to this very day. Her name, Tuta, is a common name. She appears on their money still to this day. And if you go to the city of Durrës, you'll see that the National Bank of Albania has a big ass statue of her reclining in a chaise lounge and wearing nothing but a spear, a shield, and a helmet.
Oh, she's naked?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
Her titties are out.
Oh my God, I bet they're beautiful.
Mm.
Wow.
Right?
Why is she so revered? Because she stood up to the Roman Empire?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. I love it.
Yeah,
but she was just like a pirate queen in her day.
I love her. Well, you know what I am thinking too more and more? It's just like pirates back then were progressive and like did want, they were trying to like do things differently, and they should, because it was so oppressive for everyone, you know? Like whatever was going, a lot of pirates and stuff, they were like born into poverty, and this was the like job you could get, essentially, was to go be a pirate if you didn't have like a family of blacksmiths or, you know, some sort of trade that you could be trained in. So it was a lot of people that were just willing to do whatever, and like also kind of willing to accept whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of these people were born into like a seafaring culture.
Sure, yeah.
As it was. And so, you know, you could make an honest living from that. And you could truly do and be whatever you wanted to out on the sea. There was like a whole other world out there.
Yeah.
And it was
totally, like equal opportunity almost.
Yeah, and it was totally diametrically opposed to everything that was happening on land.
Yep.
Essentially. So it's interesting.
It is interesting. Okay. So I feel like Tuta and Shi Yang were both like pretty ruthless as pirates. But I feel like Mary Read maybe not Tuta. Tuta's still like a very bad bitch, but she maybe makes she look like a bit of a Pollyanna in some ways. Okay. So just because it's sloppier, okay? It's a little, she was like a little rougher around the edges, if you will. So Mary Read was a pirate during the, quote, golden age of piracy, which is roughly like 1650 to 1730. So it was almost like a century of like a lot of pirate fuck shit. And she might also be categorized as such because now we're talking about English pirates and, you know, colonization. So it's like, oh, of course she was the baddest one, like the baddest best one or whatever, you know. Okay, well, Mary was challenging gender roles from the jump. Like very early on, her mom was like, you should dress like a boy and like call yourself Mark so that you will be eligible for an inheritance from like family members or something. Like she was trying to get her daughter to like trick people so that she could prosper. And I don't
just
know that
scamming from an early age,
but also just being resourceful, doing what she needed to do, because she was born a woman in a time where that was not great.
Yep.
So eventually she like learns from her mom to do this, and she joins the British military as a dude.
As Mark Read.
As Mark, essentially. Yeah, as Mark Read. And it's assumed, you know, historically that she fought with allied Dutch forces, either in the 9 Years' War or the War of Spanish Succession. Like, historians aren't sure exactly, like, which war she fought in, but they know it was, like, with the Dutch as allies. And during this time, she met and fell in love with and married a Flemish man, which I assume he like let the pussy out of the bag
and by marrying her. Yeah,
knew she was a woman. Yeah, and it was just accepted that she was a lady because she'd already proven herself in battle. Like by that time, all the guys around her were like, okay, but whatever, like she could shoot a gun. Yeah. She's not scared or whatever. So they just accepted it. Sadly, her husband died when the war ended. So with no prospects for moving up the ranks at that time either, because the war wasn't going on anymore. So there weren't like big jobs she could get. Yeah. She once again dressed up as Mark Read, and she boarded a ship for the West Indies. Okay, but that ship, however, would very quickly into the journey become overrun by pirates, and then she was brought onto the ship as a male worker. So, like, she's captured and imprisoned by these pirates, and no one knows that she's a woman. Oh. So, yeah. So this is in 1720, and Mary joins this pirate called John Calico Jack Rackham. His like pseudonym is Calico Jack.
Cute. Love it.
Cute, yeah. And then his companion is this woman, Anne Bonny, who's also a pirate, who we're going to talk about a little bit, but like their stories converge here. And she was also concealing herself as a man.
Oh, this is giving very much the plot from what's the show on HBO? Our Flag Means Death. Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I watched one episode that my friend was in, and I just like fast forwarded through the episode just to see her because I was like very excited.
It's so good. Oh my God.
Yeah, I do want to go back and watch it. I saw some clips from it doing research for this.
It's great.
Okay. I think too. Okay, this is where I want to say, because I thought I had this in the notes, but now I'm thinking I may have deleted it, and I can't exactly remember who did this, but it was either it must have been Anne Bonny and Calico Jack, but it could have been Mary Read and Calico Jack, where I think like there was some sort of like wife and husband situation where they would like be on their boat, and if a boat was passing by, they'd claim that they were like in trouble. Like they'd be like, help, like white flag, like our boat ran out of gas or whatever. And then and then the other boat would be like, oh no, like here, do you need a ride? And then they'd be like, yeah. And then the whole crew from the boat would pop up and overtake that other boat.
Oh shit.
And they'd rob them and like kill people and shit.
Classic.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think it was
classic ruse.
Yeah, it was one of these two women and then this guy Calico Jack, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So it's very fun. Okay, so then they're like this threesome of like pirate, you know, like higher up pirates. They all become buddies. They're just like all cool dudes. Absolutely no ladies here. Just like really cool dudes, stealing boats and doing pirate fuck shit. And they stole this, it's a sloop, like a giant boat called the William in Nassau. And it's like an armed boat. It was like a big get. Okay.
Yeah.
And real quick side note, scholars are uncertain how female pirates like Reed and Bonny concealed their sex in a male-dominated environment, but I have a theory. Okay, no, they have a theory. This is not my theory. Pants is their theory. They're like...
They're wore like pants.
Women wore pants, and that tricked the men because men were not used to seeing women in pants, and so they would look and they'd be like, "That's a man. They're wearing pants. It must be a man." And so it threw them off the scent.
Have always been. They are stupid. They have always been stupid and dumb and unobservant.
Yep. This is scholars.
Yeah, scholars. This is pants is the leading theory.
Yeah,
as to how they tricked other men into not realize. I mean, honestly, if you're not used to seeing a lady at sea, it's like, I don't know. I guess maybe. Yeah, but it's hard to believe that like I could just put on pants and then some pirate men would be like, "Sup, dude." Like, yeah, what's up, bro?
Yeah, sup, bud? How's it going, bud? So who's to say? My theory is that I just think pirates were very progressive and they already didn't follow the rules, so they didn't have expectations of anyone following the rules.
Yeah,
so like,
they're like, okay, this lady wants to be a pirate. Cool,
can
whatever.
she
I don't give
swab
a shit.
a deck or lift a bag of seed or whatever? I don't know. That fire a gun, sure. So fine.
Does she have scurvy? No, she's fine. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Need an able-bodied human on this fucking boat right now. I'm tired.
Exactly. So, okay, these three just dudes here, nothing to see, had, of course, this like threesome gets complicated at some point. But the point is, not when one of them has their period and like bleeds through their trousers or anything. It's when Anne Bonny told Mary Read that she'd caught feelings for her. And then Mary Read was like, "Oh my, I'm sorry to say I'm a woman." And then
Anne Bonny was like, "Oh,
me too.
Me too." Oh.
Yeah, they were like,
and they're like, "Oh, hey.
Oh, we're both women. What a surprise." And
no wonder.
No wonder. Oh my, I didn't even assume it at all because the pants.
Yeah, because pants.
Pants. Oh my God. Pants, you too? Me too?
Yeah,
oh
right.
My God.
They clocked each other
immediately.
And they were like, yeah.
They had to have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I guess to further complicate things, Bonnie was already involved with Rackham. Like, they had a romantic, connection. And he was starting to get suspicious because he knew that she was a woman, obviously.
Mary Reed and Bonnie.
Anne Bonnie and Calico Jack Rackham were like a couple. And then Mary Reed came into the
as
mix.
dudes? Or as
No.
Oh.
As like he knew her secret.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
But then Mary Reed came into the mix and he started to get jealous of Mary Reed, thinking Mary Reed was a dude because she had pants on.
What a dummy.
I know. And so he was like, what's going on here?
Pants.
But he wasn't wrong. Anne Bonny was into Mary Reed.
That's fair.
So that was technically good intuition. But to temper this, Anne Bonny outed Mary Reed as a woman. And then I don't know what happened after that, but hopefully it was a lot of like group fucking.
Cool.
And
love that.
Yeah, we love to see it. And then, so this is all happening like very quickly. And then shortly after commandeering the William, the crew had a big celebratory beach party one night. Like they called it a rum party in Negril.
Yes. Love rum parties.
Bonfire, rum, dancing, beach stuff,
titties
probably
are
naked
out.
things.
Yes.
Yeah, like, well, not everyone's titties. Some are concealed. And they're just having so much fun. And like this made it so easy for Captain Jonathan Barnett, pirate hunter, to sneak up on the drunken crew and capture them. He saw this party from literally miles away because they just had this huge bonfire. They were throwing rum into it. Probably was exploding.
Yep.
They're
He's like, oh, there's a bunch of pirates. I'm going to go arrest them.
Yeah. They're singing sea shanties at the top of their lungs, and he just pulls up on them and ruins their fun. And then Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed. That's that's
Rosemary. It's like very Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed.
Yeah. It's like it's either a detective's like
a law
sitcom.
firm.
Yeah. A law firm.
Or a folk band from the 70s.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed. Did you know that there's only 2 remaining members of Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed? It's the 50th anniversary of their LP. Okay.
Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed are going to sue you for everything you have.
In an accident, call Rackham, Bonnie, and Reed. Okay. Everybody was arrested. The whole crew. Everybody that was like partying this night, and they're all brought to trial in Jamaica. They're all sentenced to hang, every single one of them, because they're pirates and you can't be pirates at this time. And upon being sentenced to hang, both Reed and Bonnie were like immediately, we're women and we're quick with child, which meant that they're pregnant. And this was a thing people did. It's called pleading the belly. I guess a lot of
so they don't get executed
immediately. Yeah. They buy some time.
Yeah.
And they both received temporary stays of execution. However, Mary Reed died shortly thereafter from a fever, and like there is no evidence that she was even pregnant.
Oh.
But back to the concealing they were females with pants thing. So Dorothy Thomas was a victim of Rackham and his crew, and she encountered all these pirates, specifically Reed and Bonnie, and she wrote this description of her time. They wore men's jackets and long trousers and handkerchiefs tied about their heads, and each of them had a machete and pistol in their hands, and they cursed and swore at the men to murder her, like to murder Dorothy Thomas. She also had recorded that she knew that they were women, quote, from the largeness of their breasts. So they had no way to conceal their titties. They had no way concealed their titties. They just wore pants. Like, this is how dumb it is.
I do truly believe, because like all of the depictions of them, there's like so many like drawings and engravings and stuff, and their titties are just out, or they're wearing like low cut like open blouses, and they're just titties are out. And it's like
baffling.
Okay. Yeah.
It's this. I think this is still just proving that, like, either yes, men are stupid, or like no one cared that they were women, which I think is the most likely of these scenarios. So
okay, men on land, like the proper British people were like, oh, no woman could ever be a pirate. You know what I mean? It's also like, you know, chauvinistic and patriarchal, but like out in the ocean, out on the sea, pirate men were like, there's been women out here. Like, we don't give a fuck. There's no rules.
Yes.
Like, they want to come, like, hang out. Yes, we're down. Like,
I think
they want to command a fleet. Sure. Like,
I think
whatever.
It's honestly why there's so many stories of like really wildly successful women pirates, because they were allowed to be pirates. And like, yes, most of them kind of acquired their piracy through their husbands or whatever, but they were still pirates when their husbands were alive.
Dude, some of these women were fucking ruthless, and we're only telling you about a fraction, a couple of these.
There's tons.
The most famous women pirates. There's so many.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to say real quick before we go to the last one, because we brought up Anne Bonny a lot, and she was also a bad bitch, and she was like her own bad bitch pirate in her own right. What we do know is that, like, obviously we know from the time Mary Read met her, and then like obviously she died in prison, you know, because they were all sentenced. But what happened before that? So supposedly she was like this very beautiful like maiden with red hair. She was an Irish pirate, and she also allegedly had an anger problem, and she stabbed some servant girl with a knife at 13 years old. Like Anne Bonny was 13 years old and stabbed a servant girl. Okay. She married this small-time pirate named James Bonny. That's how she got her name. Who basically just married her thinking that he would get her father's estate when they got married. And Anne's dad did not approve of the marriage and was like, nope, kicked her out. Like, they never got anything. And then James and Anne they moved to Nassau between 1714 and 1718. And this is why all the pirates were there, and why it was so ripe with pirates or whatever, is because it was a pirate sanctuary, and it was actually referred to as the Republic of Pirates during this time, because it was like you weren't being prosecuted by the British there. They were kind of letting you do whatever you wanted.
There was no jurisdiction for them to yeah.
And so so in 1718, James Bonny became an informant for the governor of like Nassau, which Anne hated because she weren't no rat.
She was not a snitch ass bitch. Okay.
No. And so she was like, fucking gross, dude. And she noped out of there. That's when she met Rackham, and that's where we meet up with Mary Read.
I see.
So, and actually now that I'm saying that, I feel like Anne Bonny is maybe the one with this husband, James, because they were both pirates. I think they were pulling that stunt where they were like, help us. The boat is
sea.
Our boat ran out. The oil drained out. Our battery's dead.
The sail is ripped.
Yeah. Can we get a tow? Yeah. They were like little Instagram couple, like fleecing unsuspecting other pirates, and then they would just like
scammers.
Yeah, and then their crew. This makes sense to me. This makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I think it was them. But either way, I love it.
I love it.
It's very funny to me.
Okay, one last pirate. This is more modern day. We talked about antiquity. We talked about golden era of piracy. This woman, Huang Pai-mei, another Chinese pirate leader who served as a naval commander in the Second Sino-Japanese War, which was 1937 and 1945. and also the second phase of the Chinese Civil War from 1945 to 1949.
Naval commander.
Yeah. She aligned with the Republic of China, but at times was of dubious allegiance. Like she
Double agent?
Oh my God. She was just all over the place. She, at the height of her power, she commanded a force of 50,000 people and 70 ships and was considered the most famous pirate in China.
Oh my God.
And she had this badass fucking nickname of Two Guns because she used two guns in battle.
Oh my God.
Dude.
That's cool. And like obviously
so cool.
I'm envisioning like old school pirate guns, which they weren't because this was like
in the 30s, yeah.
In the 30s and 50s.
No, she was
through
just
40s, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's cool.
She was always a criminal basically from the moment she was born. But she began her piracy career in 1931, raiding along the coasts of Jiangsu and Xizang provinces.
Wow.
And from an early age, she assisted her father in transporting and selling illegally acquired smuggled salt. Like just
bath salts?
Salt.
Table salt.
Just good old fashioned salt.
Good old table salt.
Her family there were a bunch of business people, entrepreneurial, if you will. Her mother owned a bar, and her dad operated a gambling table out of the bar.
Cool.
And Hoang started practicing with guns as early as the age of 12, and she had mastered using two guns simultaneously at the age of 15.
Wow.
What a bad bitch.
Also, I feel like the gambling and bar thing is already pirate adjacent. Like she's already set up to live a pirate's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like illicit behavior.
She's yo-hoing all the way to the bank
with
her whole family. Everybody's like, this is your lot in life.
See it. Yeah.
So she's out here being a pirate, gets caught, and she was sentenced to death in 1933. But she was released from prison through the intervention of her family and the contacts among the authorities. So, like, of course,
big mistake, huge.
Your family's involved in like organized crime. You're gonna have some contacts within law enforcement. So she gets out of jail. She gets back to just doing whatever hood rat shit she's doing. Yeah. But then there was the outbreak of the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937, and she was among the local gang leaders who were recruited by the National Revolutionary Army for guerrilla warfare purposes. So they were like, calling all bad bitches, calling all criminals. Yeah. We need your expertise and being fucking ruthless for our war.
Oh my God. Hey, do you like cutting a bitch? Come join this war. And you could do as much of that as you want, especially guerrilla war.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare.
They need all the people who are willing to get dirty.
Yeah. They were like totally not above doing that. I know. Wow. And because of that, her loyalties throughout the war were suspect. Well, her loyalties frequently shifted between China, Japan, and various local groups as the balance of power in the war changed. From 1940 onwards, she was more reliably fighting for the Chinese army. Her participation most often amounted to pirate attacks and raids, though she also participated in battles and was in contact with the United States Office of Strategic Services, the precursor to the CIA.
Oh.
The USOSS.
Oh, my God.
After the conclusion of World War II.
OSS?
The OSS, yeah.
The OSS?
The OSS. Yeah, that's the precursor to the CIA. Cool. After the conclusion of World War II, she returned to piracy, raiding around Lake Tai, though she was defeated by government forces. They were like, bitch, no. Yeah. They arrested her, but she was later pardoned and later recruited by the military again. I feel this is like a like, you know, all those spy movies like Red 2, you know, where they have like people who are
like in
part of secret
agents
forces
or whatever. Yeah.
and
they
like
keep being brought in.
They keep being brought back. Yeah.
Yeah.
She aided in the defense of the Dachin Islands and Taiwan, but she left military operations after she turned down an offer from the CIA in 1951.
Wow.
Yeah. She also later became an influential member of a women's organization founded by Su Mi-ling, the wife of nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek, and worked to take care of refugees in Taiwan.
Oh.
So she's like revered both in China and also in Taiwan for different reasons.
Yeah.
Both parts of those countries ignore a lot of the like problematic shit she did, and then, you know, highlight the more heroic stuff she did for
that benefited those individual places.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But bitch, the CIA wanted her. She was like I said, the model for all these current spy movies. Like James Bond could never. Okay.
Oh my God.
And she
so cool.
She lived until like 1982. I think she died in 1982 or something.
Whoa.
So
and
that's like
I'm her.
Yeah, you are reincarnated into yeah.
Oh
No,
my gosh.
it's crazy. I don't know.
Why aren't people writing these?
That's what I'm saying. I cannot.
Dude, like it's so annoying to me. Because
all of this history that we have of all these amazing stories, and we just keep getting studios churning out more and more Batmans. I can't.
Oh my God. Also, you know what's really disappointing? Like Michelle Yeoh would have been an amazing, like any one of these, like you know, but now she's a bit older. I don't know that she would be able to play some of these characters, you know, like because they're pretty young, I feel like a lot of times.
Yeah. I mean, there's like some books and stuff based loosely on a lot of these women, but I'm looking for a full-fledged, you know, like epic, scene-chewing, fucking gorgeously shot, you know, big budget.
Yes. Yeah.
Like extreme cast and crew on a movie dedicated to a woman pirate.
And you know what?
You know?
There's plenty of evidence that it would be good because, Pirates of the Caribbean, it's like the highest grossing franchise of all time or whatever. Like you could absolutely make a pirate movie with a woman in it that's action packed like that was, and
based on a
incredible.
Fucking true story too.
On a true story. It's exciting.
Makes
me very intrigued. Like,
I know.
Oh, this would be so fun to write. Like, either a series or a movie. Like, yeah.
There's just
so good. I want to watch it. I don't even want to write it. I want to watch it. Yeah,
we deserve it.
Yeah, we've waited long enough. We've had to watch so much garbage.
I know.
So many Batmans.
Well,
wow. What a fun. I loved this.
There's so many more lady pirates that we didn't even get to. Yeah. There was literally so many during the golden age of piracy, and some we don't even know for sure if they actually existed, if they're just like an amalgamation of other women who were out there swashbuckling, having people walk the plank, plundering, pillaging, you know. Dude. We don't know. So
honestly,
it's pretty great.
This is giving me so many ideas.
Yeah. Write them down.
I know. Oh my gosh. All right.
Well, that's all we got for this episode. Thank you.
What
guys
a
for
way
listening.
to celebrate.
Ugh. We love it.
We love it. Okay.
6 years.
Yeah. Wow. I love it.
I can't believe it.
To 6 more.
Hell yeah, bitch.
We'll see. Why not? Stranger things have happened.
Well, follow us on social media at DTFU Podcast everywhere.
Yeah. And leave us a review on iTunes. Or Spotify. At Spotify, you could leave reviews now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, or not a written review, but you could leave
Just
like
stars.
a rating. Yeah, that's
rating.
what I mean. A rating.
Leave a
So
rating. Yeah.
leave a
Love
rating
that.
or a review on your platform of choice. Anyone will do.
Anyone will do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to our website. It's dtfupodcast.com. You can send us a story or a idea for a topic, whatever you like. We have merch on our website that you could purchase. All kinds of fun stuff. Yeah. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, stay excellent to yourselves.
And each other.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Okay, bye.
Bye.